and welcome back to my channel at Life with Charlotte. So in today's video I'm going to talk to you about how I booked my holiday, what I take with me, and why I chose this particular agency, and hope this will help you understand the limitations as a disabled wheelchair user, what we have to go through to book a holiday. So let's start. So the first things I do is go through all the different agencies. I've tried On the Beach, Lazy Travel. I would suggest On the Beach if you're a wheelchair user, and I wouldn't suggest Lazy Travel either, only because that my experience with them have been really crap. On the Beach we went to Benidorm, and we've been on quite a few holidays with them and hoping that each one would have changed, but you learn from your experience. We went to Gran Canaria with On the Beach and it was a total disaster. We went to Benidorm with On the Beach. They had to take the bathroom door off at the hotel that we were staying at because I couldn't fit through the door. The rooms weren't disabled, the bathroom was disabled. I couldn't eat, shower, or have any kind of what I had to have a wash down because I couldn't get in the shower or the bath. Now to me, if you're booking a disabled room, it should at least have bars and a wet room. But this hotel didn't, and neither did the other one that we stayed in Gran Canaria. So they're my two worst agencies I would say to book with. So I booked with TUI instead. And this is what I'm going to show you if you are a disabled person looking to go on holiday, or a wheelchair user. I would suggest looking at TUI because they are marvellous at what they do. So let me show you. So I've come to the TUI website for you and I'm going to show you. You go to holidays and then you go down to accessible holidays, and it will take you to a whole new page. And what you do is you go to view hotels with access guides, and then it brings you to a whole new. Do not fill this bit in because it will take you back to the main page. So what you do is you put in your date. So let's just say we want to go October the 8th. For you're not flexible, this is what I always do, but everyone's different. And then you're bored, you could do it all inclusive, so we do all inclusive because it's just easier for us, because we like just to drink all the time, like fizzy drinks, not alcohol, guys. And then you have your destinations. These are very limited to where you can go. But if you're a genius like me, then I Google the place that I want to go, and then I ask TUI if they can look into it for me. So the most places that I go is Spain, but you've got like Bulgaria, Croatia, Cyprus, Egypt, Greece, Italy, Mexico, Morocco, Spain, Thailand, Tunisia and Turkey. Now for us, Spain is the most accessible place for someone in a wheelchair, so we click all Spain, apply, and then it depends on how many guests you have. The departure airport is always London Gatwick for us, which is really helpful. And then you just scroll through with where you want to go. So let's say you want to go to this one. Everything like on a normal website, but there is one place that you can go, and that is when you scroll down from about the hotel, it will have like all the different bits that you can click on. If you go to accessibility, it will take you to this bit, and if you click on a detailed access guide has been curated for you, this bit, it will take you to another whole new page. It's a lot of pages, guys, but it's well worth it when you think about what you want. So for me, I go to the rooms to look at the rooms, and it comes up here. You click on it and it will give you a very well detailed of like the lifts. Sorry guys. Like get into the room, like the lifts, the ramps, and then you can scroll down to the next one, like the rooms. The door to the room looks wide enough for a wheelchair. The beds, I always look at the beds to see how high they are. And sometimes I do email the hotel to ask what the width and the depth of the bed is. So yeah, that's the room. And then I always do the ensuite to make sure it's disabled friendly. So this one's got 1 bar. Normally I would need 2, but this would be fine, I believe, for me. And then I look in at the shower. And now this one will be ideal for me because it's got nothing for me to sit on in the shower. But I believe that you can hire stuff out in Spain if you're able to. So the next bit that I look at is, let me go back. How do I go back? Sorry guys. I go back and back. So you get back to this bit. And then I go to the swimming pools. Now for me, I need a hoist to get into the pool. So I always look at this. And I go down and I click on the picture and I look at it, see if I can see the hoist. If not, I will read the description, and there is no hoist for this pool. So this hotel won't be suitable for me. So what I'll do is I'll just click off it and then go back, and I will try and find another hotel that has a hoist. Let me find one. I believe there's 16 holidays so far that's come up. I was just trying to find one. We'll try this one because this one's in Mallorca. Same process, go down to there, and then I will. Sometimes I might go to the room straight away. I would go to the swimming pools because that's the main thing that I need. And again, this one's got no hoist, I believe. So it's always worth looking through the pictures, and it's not. So what I'm going to do is, if you bear with me guys.
What the hell is going on?
But I think I have found one now, guys. Sorry for the mishap. So this one I will go to look at the rooms. Again, you gotta make sure it's all disabled friendly, and this one looks a bit more promising. I will just go straight to the rooms. As you can see, the bed's good enough height, and obviously if you need like stuff to hire, again you can hire. Let's go to this one's got a bar and a bar here, so this one would be good for me. Again, the shower is, again, it's got a seat, so this one would be also good for me. And then if we go back to the swimming pool, I believe this one has got a hoist. I'm hoping I'm not derailing you again, guys. Here you've got logos of all these logos here to say that it's a disabled pathway. You've got your pole, and then you've got your hoist. So this destination would be perfect for me because it's got the bathroom set up and the hoist. So this is how I book my holidays, guys. Once I've looked at all these and gone through them all, I then go back to TUI into their branches, and that's how I book my holiday. So that's how I book my holiday, guys. I go on the website, I go through all that rigmarole. It does seem like a lot of effort, but trust me, once you find the perfect hotel, that is it. You'll be looking for more and more and more on there because it's ideal for anyone with a disability. So anyone that has trouble walking, a invisible disability, you could go on there and find the perfect holiday for you. So as I say, I go into the TUI branch and I tell them what I've looked at. They obviously will look up it and make sure what I've seen is true. Then they phone ahead to the accessible line and they will say, right, we've got 3 passengers, one's in a wheelchair, is it suitable? They triple check. Once they come back, then you put your deposit down and then you start paying. Now the reason I like to go with TUI is because they triple check everything and then they book your transfers for you. You don't have to do that. You get a taxi if you've got a disability, or if you're able to walk, you get on the coach. For me, obviously, I have to have a private transfer. Also, if you're wheelchair bound and you can't walk very far, you can get help onto the plane, which is very ideal for me because my husband won't be able to carry me. They book all the special assistance. They also book your seats for you. Now, I only learnt this from TUI, but rows 1 and 2 at the front are for disabled people with limitations. So like myself, I get those seats because it's easier for the crew to get me from the airplane door to them seats. And it can be frustrating when non-disabled people or people with an invisible disability that can walk a little bit further than me nick them seats because they have the right to. It does annoy me and it does frustrate me. So, saying that, once I get like the holidays all booked and stuff, once you paid it off and it's nearly your time, like for me, I only have what, 3 weeks left before I go on holiday. I think it is anyway. I will go back into TUI, make sure everything is triple checked again. My seats are done, my passports are done, and then just wait for the holiday to turn up, basically. So from going from home to the holiday, my mum drove up to Gatwick. We booked disabled car parking. When I say disabled car parking, as long as you booked a disabled a space or you paid for the car park, then we tend to drive up, get there a little bit earlier because of getting the shuttle bus back to the airport. It's disabled friendly. They have ramps, it's all flat. So that is one good thing. The one thing I will say is, if you do book a car park and you need a disabled space, it is crucial that you get up there early as possible because all the disabled spaces go. If they do, you can bargain a normal car park and display your disabled badge and explain to Gatwick this is what's happened. So if you come back and you get a fine, you can appeal it because there wasn't no spaces. So that is one good thing. So once we get to the airport, because we've got special assistance, we go in and we do the check-in early. So we check in online. So when we get there, all we got to do is the bag drop off, which is really, really easy, guys, because my husband is a very strong man and he has to deal with all the bags. Obviously, because I'm the disabled one, they always put me down as the lead passenger. Don't know why, but there we go. And we go to bag check-in, we sign all the bags in. Once that happens, we make our way up to the accessible, dedicated bit in Gatwick. I will try and film as much as possible in Gatwick, but I'm waiting on a response for them to get back to me if I can film in there because I need permission. If not, I will try a little bit of filming in secret, but don't tell anyone. Once we get to the designated disabled bit to get like their help, they will take us through security as fast track. Then we go through to a lounge, and that's where you're left, but we normally go get something to eat, either from WH Smith, Wetherspoons, or we try and get something before we get on the plane. Bear in mind, if our flight is early, we get there a couple of hours early just to get something to eat. So about 20 minutes before we board the plane, I go to the toilet. And this is what I'm going to show you. So let's get to it. So I've had to bring my husband in for this bit. So I go to the toilet 20 minutes beforehand, before getting on the plane, to get myself ready. So I will put this on my chair, which is really, really handy, guys. It's like a carry sling. You put it on your wheelchair and you sit back into it. If you're not able to do this at the airport, then I advise that you do it at home. But you sit in it, and the straps on it, the guys that get you on the plane can lift you, and it makes it a whole lot easier than them trying to manhandle you and hurting you. This makes my life so much easier, their life so much easier, and it's a big deal. I will link it in below where you can get one. I think it was around about £20, I believe, but obviously that was a couple of years ago. But I will link it in the description. And then I will go on to my next thing that I use. Oh, there is 2 handles, so you can have more than 2 people lift you if need be, and they all come with grips on.
There's 8.
There's 8 straps on together, guys, so it's really helpful if you need 8 people to lift you. So then once I put that on, I then go in and I will put like a, bear with, I'm just getting my husband to grab it, like a pass, one of these on, which is a adult pull up, because if I need to toilet on the plane I can't always go, and I will always put a doggy pad down that I sit on, so if this leaks at any time, I'm well protected and I'm not ruining the plane seats. So that's that. I always carry 2 slide sheets with me as well, just in case one yellow, one red, which is very handy to get me back in the chair after they've manoeuvred me. And I also use these on holiday as well, one for the bathroom and one for the bed. It is really, really helpful. I will also link them in the description of where you can get them, or if you have a social services, I believe you can get them from them if you use them in the right manner, not like how I do, but that's for another story. And then that's it for the plane. When we get to the other end, I don't need that right now. Thank you. That's for at the hotel. I think my husband jumping the gun a bit here.
Yeah, I'm a bit ahead of myself.
Once we get me out of the chair, my husband uses an Allen key, which is on the side of my chair.
Ta-da.
And he will lower the backrest down. My headrest and foot plates come off and they go above our heads, and then they can take the wheelchair. When we get to the other side, obviously I'm always first on, so therefore I'm always last off. Once we get to the other end, my mum will get off with her special assistant, and then because my mum can't walk very far, she will go get the baggage and wait for us and wait outside. They normally get me off when everyone else is off. Obviously I have my sling on, so it makes a world of difference. They bring the chair up, and while they're moving me from my plane seat to the oil chair that they have. My husband will put my wheelchair back together very, very quickly, so they're not hanging about. Once we get the baggage and we've been through border force and security and everything, we go get our private taxi, and then we arrive at the destination, which is about an hour away from the airport. So then it's holiday time can start, which I can't wait for. Not long now. And then that rubber thing that you saw my husband hold up, I will either use that in the shower to stand on, or I will use it around by the pool, for the lifeguards to stand me up on, to move me over to the hoist chair, because the floor could be really slippery. Or I do use it in the bathroom on the grab rails if they're really sliding. So that is my holiday prep, guys, and what I get up to. If you want to know more about the hotel that I'm going to, I will try and film everything while I'm out there. But I think my next video will be on, which won't be for another couple of weeks yet, will be what I pack and what I take with me. That is obviously my hand luggage bag of what I take with me, just in case. I do take spare clothes with me, just in case I have a little accident or I spill something down me. But I always wear comfy clothes to the airport, like a t-shirt and leggings, because these are easier to move in than anything else. If there's anything else that you want to know that I haven't covered in this video, please leave your comments down below, and I will try and discuss them or try and do another video for you. But I hope you guys enjoy. If there's something that you don't understand, please comment again and I will try and answer it. So yeah, hope this video helps a lot of you out there that are thinking of travelling that is in a wheelchair. Any questions, any advice that I can give you, please message me and I will do my best to answer. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoy. Please follow, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.